my fellow MAGA extremists, radicals that want to destroy America, the soul of America, according to Little Joe, I got some good news. I think it's good news, but it is shocking that I just found out this good news, because if you know me, you know I love politics, and I'm on top of it. Read, watch, listen to everything there is, even the liberals, see what they're up to. And I didn't know this. And it's more documentation of how pathetic it is that most of the news media does not report almost anything that might be negative about the Democrats or positive about Trump or us MAGAs. What I learned was that Donald Trump, well, Taylor, let me back up. First, I want to give you a little background on what you already know. We all know that the scam, that fake Russian collusion allegation made by all these Democrats, was a scam. It never happened. And they spent millions and millions and millions of dollars on that waste of time. And how much time did they spend? You know, the Congress, the Senate, the politicians, all their staff, all other agencies that were involved. Because we all know that Hillary, it's a fact, it's known that it was Hillary's scam that started it. It was her idea to try and accuse Trump of being with the Russians. And, you know, she runs the Democrats. They do whatever she says. And, man, they got the government involved, Department of Justice, FBI, CIA, all their bureaucrats, so many congressmen, so many Republicans in their staff. It was just the biggest waste of time and money. And they all knew it was a scam. We now know that they all knew. They didn't care. They had one objective, and that was to bring down Trump. And they started before he was the president. When he started to run, they started the game plan to go after him. Now, putting that aside, I always wondered, well, first of all, the Democrats get away with everything. No consequences for nobody. Doesn't matter what they do. Talk. Nothing ever happens to them. They get away with it. And that pisses me off, but that's another story. So what they did to Trump, all the grief, all the headache, all the trouble they caused him, wouldn't let him do his job, but he still, that's amazing too. It's amazing what a great job he did, how many things he accomplished, despite having to deal with all the fake impeachments and fake investigations and scams were putting on him, harassing him and his family. I have no idea how he slept at night or how he worked 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, but that's another story. Let me get back to where I was. I personally also always wondered, you know, first I kept waiting for all these wrongdoers to get in trouble, but they did. But I always wondered why Trump didn't file a monster lawsuit against all of them. You know, for defamation, slander. There's all kinds of civil actions that they could be accused of. Intentional infliction of mental distress. I mean, I could throw 1,000 charges at them for all what they did. And what I'd like about that is all the defendants. I mean, the defendants is basically the entire Democratic Party. You know, political people and bureaucrats. I mean, the FBI director, the CIA director, Department of Justice. I could go on and on. Well, my good news is he did it. Trump filed a lawsuit against all these yo-yos, and he threw in racketeering. And hang on one second. Now, the great thing about that lawsuit, oh my goodness, he's gonna be able to get a humongous, enormous judgment against all these losers. But the good part is, hey, it's a civil lawsuit, and he's gonna be able to take every one of their depositions, and there's so many of them, they can't all lie together. I mean, there's no way that the facts are with Trump. He's going to win that case. He's going to be able to prove all what they did, how wrong it was, how illegal it was, etc., etc. Now, plus, really all the pieces of the puzzle are there. I mean, this has been going on for 6 years. There's tons of documentation. So he gets the right investigators, put all the pieces together. And so many people have done stories. I mean, excuse me, had some heartburn last night. Anyway, there's a million pieces out there, and many stories have been put together, and it should be a movie. I mean, his lawsuit's got to be a movie when he tells the story, how Hillary came up with the idea and then all what they did. But here's the interesting thing that got me started on this little talk. When he filed that lawsuit, the original judge that was in charge of it was a Trump hater. And I'll give you his name later. So he knew he was a Trump hater. He knew there was proof he was a Trump hater. And he knew they were going to get rid of him. And so that he quit. He said he bailed out and recused himself because he was not qualified to be the judge because he was biased against Trump. Good, he's gone. Another guy came in. I'll give you his name in a minute. He was also a known Trump hater. Donated to Obama money, had written articles. He was a Trump hater too. But he went ahead and worked the case for a couple of months. Then suddenly, he bailed out. Not suddenly, but I'm sure they had their little, in Obama's billion-dollar house, they all got together and talked. What's the game plan? You know, it's a big team over there, those Democrats. He finally decided, hey, it's better that I get out now rather than later because they're going to kick me out. So he bailed out saying that, no, I can't, I'm not objective, basically. He wouldn't put those words, but you don't take yourself out of the case as a judge unless you know that you're not going to be fair. You can't be fair. Your decision won't be fair. But here's the shocker. Here's the shocker that's not being covered. When they tried to, the Democrat attorneys tried to get the lawsuit dismissed. They filed their motions to dismiss the lawsuit. And of course, Trump's lawyers fought back. No, we're not going to dismiss this lawsuit. And they had there's just no way they're going to dismiss the law. He had all the evidence that, hey, this case is going to trial, jury trial. Well, denied. So they got pissed off, and guess what happened the next day? They raided Trump's house with that bogus, illegal search warrant that was not even a search warrant for anything special. We just want to search everything he ever touched as president, which is so illegal. Put that aside. Guess who the judge was that signed that search warrant? The second judge, I forget his name, that bailed out of the civil lawsuit because he knew that he was a Trump hater, and we all knew it. The people would know it. That's why he bailed out. But yet, when he became the judge that was going to decide to agree to the warrant to raid Trump's house, he didn't bail out. It was already documented that he was a Trump hater, and he couldn't be. That's why he bailed out of the other case. I mean, it's just proof. He admitted, no, I can't do it, man. I hate Trump in so many words. We can put a few words in his mouth. He was a Trump hater. But wait a minute. He went ahead and agreed to the warrant knowing he's a Trump hater? He didn't bail out of that. Anyway, I can't wait to see this movie. The Trump lawsuit is going to be the greatest movie ever made. It's going to win the Oscars. Oh, no, won't win Oscars because those liberal Hollywood people. Anyway, just wanted to share that with you. I know it's long, but hey, man, it thrills me to express my political views. I enjoy it. Hope you didn't get bored. Y'all have a good day.